the night before Christmas Eve, and all through the studio, nothing was stirring, not even including two of the hosts of the Protect You podcast. Welcome on in, folks, to another episode here of The Pup. Jake Wilson, as always, alongside Jay Mickens for not necessarily a holiday special, but we're definitely getting into the spirit of the season. Our clothes may not indicate it because it's not quite cold enough yet,
right?
Despite it being just around the corner of Christmas, but we're still happy to be here, just the same.
Yes, I don't know if we had some Christmas lights that kind of gave us some many technical difficulties, right, to get this started off. But hey, we're here, we're blessed. Electrician guy got here just in the right amount of time to get us going, and I'm ready to kick this sucker off, man. We're close to the holidays, like you said, Jake. Christmas time comes giving Christmas gifts.
Absolutely. I know we talked about it when we were getting around to Thanksgiving, but I think Christmas has got to be my favorite holiday.
Okay.
It's got to be my favorite.
Okay.
Not so much because of the gifts or anything like that, but it's just a good vibe.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm still Thanksgiving. I'm still Thanksgiving. Football, turkeys. It doesn't get better for me on that. But hey, I'm not here to kill your joy and be Grinch. This is going to be a fun show. I love that. Here's the deal. Everybody's out of school. They're going to get to watch. We get to talk about our couple of crew members that made it to the state championship games in their respective divisions. We got some fun things, some crew in the news, some interviews. Got a special guest in the studios that we'll be bringing on as well. It's going to be fun.
Yes, I'm very excited to get into this one, Jay, because like you said, we had two very stellar athletes that have been just forging and blazing a path through this UIL 6A Division I and Division II state championship run from out of the same district. We don't get to see that all too often. We don't get to see district opponents making it to that state championship game. But now, with the graciousness of the UIL being split up into Division I and Division II, we got just that. And we'll start off in the Division II ranks as none other than Dylan Mitchell took on DeSoto in the D2 state championship game. Don't let the scoreline fool you, folks. Dylan Mitchell still put in absolute work.
Yeah, you're looking at, the fastest man in the nation in the class of 2028. And, Dylan Mitchell is just showing once again, who he is. You kick that ball to him, you are playing with fire. And I don't mean like just a little spark. I mean like a big-ass bonfire. It's like you're looking at a bonfire and you said, I'm going to still go put my hand in it. That's what happens when you kick the ball to Dylan Mitchell. What this young man has done, as a true sophomore, to help put a program literally on the map. And this young man, I don't even think he can drive a car yet. He can run faster than a car, but I don't even know if he's 16 yet, Jake. He might have just turned 16. He might have just turned 16.
Because, if Jay Storm, former teammate of his in the youth league sector, just turned 16, he might be.
He might be
around that point.
But the point I'm making is that he's outrunning 18, 19-year-old kids that are all going. When you play against a DeSoto, you're looking at a situation which, by the way, look at these great shots. I don't even want to take away from that. These are money shots. Obviously, Dylan wanted to walk away with the goal, but, getting that silver, look at that. That is a great picture of Dylan. Of course, him and his great father, man, Billy Mitchell, good friend of mine. Karen and Billy raised such an amazing young man. And when you see greatness on the field, Dylan Mitchell to me is our, I would say, LeBron James, if you will, of Protection United. And I know that's some big words. I love your eyebrows going up by saying that, but this is the point that I'm making. This young man has been called Superman, aka Autopilot, since he was 5 years old playing flag football. Then he went to the tackle leagues. You live in the city of Houston. There is a group called the HTX. Big shout out to my guy, Patrick Wilson Company, guys that are admins in this group. But hey, there's no minced words in this group. Let me just say that, if this kid gets a nickname, that means the spotlight is on you, which means that if you don't hold it down and live up to expectations, they'll clown you in this group. They don't care if you're a 10-year-old. They help develop tough skin, let's just say, in this group that is one of the largest groups here in the state of Texas. And everyone in the nation now knows who Dylan Mitchell is, and he is the guy that has never let us down. And I'm a Jordan fan, but I bring up LeBron because LeBron was in that era where cameras were on him at a very young age, and he never lost his way. Dylan Mitchell, just the beginning for this one. However, he's showing that I'm still that guy. I'm the guy that y'all loved in the Little League sector. I'm the guy that you loved in the select football world sector, traveling all over the nation with Jay Storm Knight, with Brandon Hebert, which we're about to talk about here in a second, the great left tackle for North Shore High School. But he is showing that I am still not only living up to my name, but I am now starting to exceed expectations. I am starting to show you. And the thing that's so crazy to me is that this young man has 2 more years of high school football left. 2 more years, Jake, of high school football. Dylan Mitchell is that guy. He is that dude. He is him. All the things these kids say and all these cool nicknames they want to give out, Dylan's that guy.
Yeah, I firmly believe that too. Like you said, I think putting CE King on the stage that they rightfully deserve to be at, the first time that they've ever made it this far in the playoffs. And I think they fully deserved it, and they played their absolute hearts out. And it was really cool, too, to hear the broadcast of Craig Way. If y'all are from the state of Texas, you know who Craig Way is. He's done all the state championships for years and years now, voice of the Texas Longhorns. But he got out there, and he goes, oh, yeah, that's Dylan Mitchell. Yeah. If you don't know who Dylan Mitchell is, you're going to know by the end of this one.
Yeah, no, it's I loved it, too, because all my all of my Texas Pines Elite fans and coaches, they're like, hey, that's that kid that killed us at 10U. And I'm like, yeah, we rep him at Protection United. That's Dylan Mitchell. That's the same dude, same guy. So, but yeah, so proud of Dylan. Like I said, I know he didn't walk away with, that ultimate prize, but from a team perspective, I mean, to make it that far, a team that was not expected to make it that far. But from an individual standpoint, Dylan is showing the world what he can do. And what I like about it is that this young man already holds 20 offers. And every school that has offered him, I guarantee you those coaches are like, oh, yeah, we offered the right guy. You look at like a Tooney, the young man that beat A&M that plays for Miami. Doesn't he remind you a little bit of him? Just fast,
a little bit,
guy, fast. I still go with the Percy Harvin, kind of example in regards to Dylan because he can do it all. But definitely excited. Can't wait to see what the future holds because up next for him will be running track with Nike.
And yes.
Jeez. Bro.
Must be nice.
I can't wait I just want to follow this kid around. Just hire a camera crew and say, hey, can we just follow y'all around? And they just show clips on the pod.
It might be worth it, Jay.
It would be if we can catch up.
If we can say, somebody's going to have to be working really quick on those pans for that camera. But
yeah,
we might just find a special talent.
Or maybe a drone.
There you go.
A drone could keep up high in the air. Because you can
you got to get high in the air and then get the right angle on him. Because there's no way you're keeping up with him on a side-by-side.
Yeah.
It was really cool to see him get out there and show off the type of stuff that we've seen throughout the season, but now to further elevate it and get further up onto that national stage now. Definitely deserving of it, and especially, too, with just the brutal the road that CE King had to go through, not just through this playoff run, but throughout the regular season, too, of playing in one of the toughest districts in the entire state. You're talking Atascocita, Summer Creek was one of the top teams in the nation coming out of that district, but
the great North Shore,
the team that ultimately climbed the mountaintop and took down the beasts of Duncanville, was none other than North Shore. And who else, Jay, but Brandon Hebert was there to hold the line against the Panthers, and he did a sensational job in a gritty 10-7 win over Duncanville to secure North Shore's 9th state championship.
Yeah, bro. And I mean, the young man that he's going against, I want everyone to go look at Duncanville's roster. I want you to go look up number 8, and then I want you to go find him on Twitter. This is a national recruit. This young man held down 25 plus D1 offers. And I mean offers from the SEC to Big Ten, like that level. He's that guy. And you look at Brandon just handling business. And once again, leaving them shoulder pads stuck high in there like you did number 11 from Austin Westlake last week. But, I mean, once again, man, Brandon is showing you he can do it all. I mean, he's holding his ground. And against a guy that we literally watched dominate. I mean, this kid dominated Klein Collins, right, when we watched him. He dominated on every level, but yet he could not even come close to messing with Brandon. I mean, I loved what Brandon's doing. Brandon's a 2027, so he's got another year. But, I mean, just look at that clip. Oh, just look at the dog mentality of just finishing it. just dominated every play, just dominated,
Stay
man.
turning the shoulders, getting them out of the way of the play, because you're right, Jay. That is a 4-star Ole Miss commit that he's going up against.
Told you, Jake. I did my homework, and then look at my guy now, repping the goal, bringing the goal home to the Protect You crew. I mean, look at our dog, Coach Willie, right there, man. Love the fact that he got his first championship.
Say that's the picture there. The boys in the trenches.
Oh yeah, bro. I mean, and then of course, right there, just holding it. And I love the fact that Brandon went and just got out there, man, and just earned it. He dominated. Started the season off at right tackle. They move him to left tackle. I mean, such a tough ask on a team like a North Shore Mustangs. Moved him left, and he was like, "Yeah, coach, I'll do whatever's best for the team." And then you saw what he did. Like you just mentioned, Jake. I mean, you're looking at a 4-star Ole Miss commit. Maybe he's going to flip to LSU now that Lane Kiffin's there, but he is that guy. And Brandon showed the world that he had zero issues dealing with him. Brandon Hebert is a national recruit guy. He is a P4 guy. I expect to field a ton of phone calls for this young man starting in, I don't know, Jake, maybe right after the new year, right? After these bowl games are over with.
I think so.
Because the schools that are going to want him, they're still playing. And that's just where it is. And the ones that are not playing, they just got new coaches in, and those guys got to get settled in. But just know that Brandon Hebert will be a young man that I feel he will know where his home will be before his senior year if he decides to verbally commit early. Or he waits, takes his time, but there's going to be a huge love affair for that young man, and we're honored to be representing him here at Protection United.
Say this was a huge win, not just for Brandon, but for all of North Shore. It feels like bringing that state championship title back to the Houston area is a huge step up, because if you all don't know, or y'all are outside of the state of Texas, that DFW versus Houston rivalry, it runs deep.
Oh, it's deep, bro.
It runs deep.
It's like Ohio State, Michigan deep.
Mm-hmm.
It gets nasty. Like, I don't want to highlight this because I never want to highlight foolishness, but I mean, the fans got into it in the concession stand.
Yep.
Like, dog, that video is going viral.
Like, it's a high school game, y'all.
But hey,
there's more to it than that.
But we've seen college fans, we've seen pro fans. I don't agree with it, and I think it's dumb. However, we can't judge these kids when we've seen grown adults do it. It's just the rivalry.
Yes.
It's those two schools.
Because you talk about that too, Jay. This is the 6th time that these two teams have met since just 2018.
Shut up, bro.
6th time that they've met, and now North Shore leads the series 4-2.
It's 7 years they've met 6 times in the state championship.
Mm-hmm.
Stop it.
And Duncanville had won the last 2 of them, but now North Shore gets their lick back.
Okay.
And they bring that state championship back, and it's one hell of an improvement there for North Shore, because not only do they get a chance to build off of this state championship, but now they got facilities coming in, brand new indoor facilities that was making the rounds. All the coaches in this area were like, dang, North Shore.
Yeah.
That's a good way to continue to build success. And you and I talked about this on our other podcast that we have of, it takes a lot to get the ball rolling, but then it's that work behind the scenes, building up the facilities and working with the training that really keeps the momentum going strong.
I agree. And I hope that Coach Gaskins will have us out for the unveiling of these new facilities. Maybe Brandon can pull some strings since, Brandon's his guy. When you're one of the guys, you should get a little pull out there. So Brandon, hey, talk to Coach and see if we can get a tour so we can bring the camera crew out there and show some love to the North Shore Mustangs. But seriously, congratulations to all the Mustang Nation. I mean, love being on that Texas high school page. Shout out to my guy, Davis. Dimitri and company. They do a phenomenal job running that page. And that page is more entertaining than the HTX, because then it's the high school guys. But, in all honesty, it was a great ride for North Shore. Glad that, all the young men left the game healthy, because, in a game like that, you're looking at 25 D1 athletes on both sides of the football. Duncanville historically has always had a enriched of talent that have made it to the next level, and it's on making it to the next level. And the same with North Shore, right? A lot of these kids going to be playing on Saturdays, and there's going to be a handful of them that will be playing on Sundays.
Yes.
And so we were blessed to get to watch them grow up, right amongst our eyes here in the great state of Texas.
Yeah, and they paid it off in a big way. North Shore finishes 14-2 on the season, but more importantly, they finish as the 6A D1 state champions, Jay. Huge shout-outs to Brandon, huge shout-outs to that whole family helping us out throughout this playoff run. getting us the highlights,
Oh
getting
yeah.
us the
Hey,
pictures.
same thing with the Mitchells too. Yeah, Karen
Absolutely.
and Billy. Shout out to y'all getting us the pictures, the videos. You know, Addie, our client relations manager. I mean, she reaches out, and you guys have been great to her. And I'm sure that she'll be showing her appreciation maybe here soon to kind of they can hear it directly from the horse's mouth.
Very well could be, Jay. Very well
It
could be.
might be an Addie sighting.
I think so too.
Okay.
But with that wrapped up now, Jay, high school is done with. We can move on from high school, but something to keep us a little entertained as we move into the new year is none other than the great bowl games.
Bowl games. College bowl games.
Some schools like to duck out of competition. They say it's not worth it. They say,
are you calling out Notre Dame, Jake?
I'm calling out several schools here, Jay. I'm calling out several schools here.
Okay.
Don't duck out on competition because bowl games are the way that we measure conference supremacy. Your schools against my schools. Let's see who's really the better teams here. And with that, we have a couple of members of the Protect You crew that will be taking part in critical bowl games as we move throughout this late December into early January period. And Jay, none other than Jalen Mickens will be taking the plunge into the bowl stratosphere, if you will, as Louisiana Tech gets set to take on Coastal Carolina in the Independence Bowl on December 30th. Very excited, not just to get to watch that one, Jay, but you got a little bit more insight on that game as well.
Yeah, no, and it's going to be fun, right? To kind of watch, him do his thing, and it's always good to be able to put my daddy hat on, right, and just get to sit back and enjoy. And La Tech's been great to him. He's been starting ever since that LSU game, so since week 4 of the season, never lost a starting spot, and it's been definitely a blessing. I will say that. Picking the right school for Jalen, really has been a huge selling point here at Protection United because a lot of people are like, DJ Lagway is a once-in-a-lifetime generational talent. So you really can't sell me on that. My kid ain't DJ. My kid looks more like Jalen. So what did you do with Jalen and do the same for mine? And, I just love that his journey and his story is getting to be told in front of the whole world to see, right? So where it's not you and I getting on a podcast trying to go sell vacuum cleaners door to door. I mean, we're not selling fake dreams. Jalen is living proof of the reality of what people can have if they work hard, right? Obviously, the main thing's got to be the main thing. You got to want it. You got to do everything right on and off the field, right? But, partnering up Protection United and kind of seeing what can happen. Now, look what he's doing. I mean, and 7-win season, they also got a chance to go now play in the bowl game. And we got to also get an exclusive interview to talk to him a little bit about that, Jake.
That we did, Jay. That we did. We had a great opportunity over the weekend to sit down and talk with him and get a little bit more of the introspective side of Jalen, where we've seen him get out there. We've seen highlights here on just this show of what Jalen's capable of on the field, but let's sort of pick the brain and see what he's like off of the field, folks, because here comes the exclusive interview with none other than Louisiana Tech Bulldog himself, Jalen Mickens.
Oh, shoot.
So welcome on in, folks. Jay and Jake, we are here with none other than Jalen Mickens, standout wide receiver for the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs as he gets ready for the Independence Bowl coming up here on December 30th. Jalen, thank you so much for joining us in here today.
Thank you. It's an honor being here on the show.
What's up,
Absolutely, man. Absolutely, man. We're excited to have you on because this is one that we've been very much anticipating here for a while now. Jay, I know you've been following all of his games throughout this entire season, playing that super dad role, as I've been calling you throughout this season. So we're very excited to have all this really come together here at the end of the year.
Yeah, exactly. No, Jalen, man, appreciate you jumping on, bro. Hey, we got some new drip on, man. What's up with that shirt? What is that?
2025 Bowl Bound La Tech shirt.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, bro, that's awesome, man. We'll get to the bowl, conversations here in a second. But, first let's talk about, just your initial journey, right? True freshman. You were playing high school football last year, right, this time. And, you get to La Tech, you graduate early. But at the end of the day, right, you still had to kind of feel like, you were going to be hitting that reset button. Talk to us about what was your expectations coming in, and did you expect to play as much as you have this season?
I really had high expectations for myself because I knew how much work I put in, especially since I graduated early. I was working hard every single day, and I knew like I wanted to come here and get the highest chance to play as a freshman. And I just worked hard every single day. And coming in spring ball, uh, it was good. I did super good as well, and I just took every opportunity I had and shined when I could.
Say, how well do you feel like you adjusted to that competition coming in during spring ball? A lot of guys that were seasoned veterans coming in from last year's team. You're a young buck out there getting on campus. How well do you feel like you adjusted to all of that?
I feel like I adjusted pretty well. I feel like, back to what I was saying on working every single day. I feel like I was really collegiately ready. Like after high school, I studied the game, practiced the game, and it just happened for me. And I adjusted super well.
I got you. And two, you also had to deal with that second transfer portal, which doesn't exist anymore, thankfully, for a lot of guys. But you did have to deal with that last edition of it. What was it like seeing another wave of guys coming in trying to compete for that spot, but you were still able to hold down your position inside of that receiver room?
I would say it was a it was a little different for me, coming out of high school. You're not used to seeing like a lot of new people all the time. And especially like you were saying, people like competing for your position. It was a little weird, but I just had confidence in my talents and I worked hard every day and I just showed the coaches that like I'm the guy that y'all need. So it didn't really affect me that much.
So you weren't even like down in, and I wouldn't say down in the dumps, but was there like somewhat of a feeling like, oh man, like I just dominated spring, I left a starter, now here comes a couple of other dudes that are playing the same position?
Not really. I knew I made a name for myself off the rip, so I knew it held a lot, and I was only going to show more of what I had. So I
Okay.
was confident with it. Yes, sir.
Okay. And then we know those first, handful of games, I think like three or four games, and you were splitting time, right? But you were getting a lot of reps, on the field, getting to play at LSU. I know was kind of, a cool feeling. I know it was cool for me getting to watch you out there, right? Of course, to come back the very next week, get your first touchdown, right, against New Mexico State, and I know that had to be an amazing feeling. You got in really early in that game, scored the first touchdown of the game. But then after a couple of losses back to back, you finally got that opportunity to start and be a full-time starter. Talk to us about what that feeling was like, and then how did you even get the news about you being a starter?
It felt good once I heard about like the news I was starting because in spring I was like the starting guy, so I knew what it felt like. And obviously during the beginning of the season, everything didn't go my way like it did in the spring, so I knew I had to compete. And as you were saying, we had a couple of losses after the first 5 games, so it was another day. It was one of our practicing days, and Coach Franklin brought our whole offense together and was just recapping everything, telling us how like our offense isn't producing how we need to, and he just told us that we're gonna have a lot of changes, and then he announced all the starters that he wanted from center to right guard to receiver to quarterback. He just told everybody who's starting and where they're starting, and it was pretty cool. He told me I was starting at outside receiver, and I played a little bit of outside receiver in my senior year of high school. So I was excited because I know that means one-on-one matchup with the corner. And so, yeah, it was definitely a cool feeling.
Okay, what are you doing over there playing with your dog? Is that what you're distracted right now?
Yeah, he's biting me right now.
Oh, Memphis. Yeah. Oh, Memphis out there, man. It's crazy. But yeah, so okay, so that's kind of cool. So it was almost like when you see on TV where people try out for something and then somebody will come out and just put the list on the wall. Like it was no big production. It was just right in practice. This is what we're doing, and everybody's kind of had to get with it and roll.
Yeah, man. I feel like it worked out pretty well for us.
And it takes a lot too, not only to earn that type of a starting spot, but to hold on to it too is a really hard thing to do. From your perspective, what do you feel like were some of the things that you were doing, whether that's the work behind the scenes or the work that you were putting out there on the field that helped you hold on to that starting position?
I would definitely say just doing my job well. I mean, we're a run heavy offense, so I take pride in my blocking as well as if I get a chance with the ball, just make as many plays as possible.
I got you. I got you. And I mean, because of that, and because of a lot of the teamwork that y'all put in throughout this year, you had a player that was named a first team All American, I believe.
Yeah, we got
So there was
to
a lot of a really great collaborative effort that y'all had together, end up making bowl eligibility. And so now you get to play in not only your first full season of collegiate ball, but now your first bowl game. When you hear those words, what does that all feel like to you?
It's exciting, of course, because I know bowl games are like a big thing in college football. So it's exciting. And, going into it, starting too, that's a pretty big deal. So I'm just excited for the experience, for all the things that comes with bowl games and being able to play as well.
Yeah. And then Jalen, I mean, you guys go to a situation where you lose some heartbreakers, right? The Western Kentucky game comes to mind, right? Losing, that one, of course, the Delaware, just when we didn't think things could get worse for La Tech, you lose that harbor. Lead off on Sports Center the wrong way, right? Because of that. And then that you have to win your last two games, crazy comeback win against Liberty, right? Down by 3 tutties, and you guys make a miraculous comeback, win that one in overtime, and then go to Missouri State. I mean, excuse me, go to Missouri State. Yeah, go to Missouri State, and then leave no doubt, right, to ensure that you get that 7th win to guarantee a bowl. Now you guys get to be on primetime. You will be the only game on across the nation. That means at every place you can think of, every sports bar, any place that is showing a football game is gonna have y'all's game on. What is that feeling knowing that the whole sports world will be watching you guys, on December 30th at 1 p.m.?
Oh, it's a good feeling. I mean, I feel like every kid growing up watches football, eventually wants to be on the screen, and it's a pretty cool feeling because, like that's the only game that's going to be on, like you said. So that means everybody's family, everybody in the whole world would be watching that watches football. So it's a pretty good feeling.
It certainly definitely seems like it. And one of the really interesting things too about this game is your opponent, Coastal Carolina, a Sun Belt team. Y'all are going to be making the jump and the transition over to the Sun Belt. So in a way, this sort of serves as a preview for what those conference opponents are going to feel like. You're obviously a very devout student of the game, but what are you trying to learn or trying to pick up from this game that y'all are going to be having in terms of what it might feel like for y'all in the next couple of seasons going up against those Sun Belt opponents?
For sure. We actually have one other Sun Belt team we played this year, and
That's
I feel
right.
like the biggest thing is
Southern
really
Miss.
Southern Miss. Yeah, it really just shows like just like the levels to college football, like the different conferences. And I really feel like it's really all the same, to be honest. Obviously, like SEC schools, they have the more talented, but I feel like Conference USA and Sun Belt have the same talent.
Okay, I like that. Then last question, Jalen, before we let you go here. Great freshman year, right? Getting to end it off with a bowl. Talk to us a little bit about the future, in essence, of like what's the expectations going into this sophomore campaign as you start getting ready for off season, and then it's almost like you're hitting the reset button and doing it all over again when January hits next month.
I mean, expectations are to, just excel from what I've done so far and, make a bigger name for myself and go win the conference next year. That's the goal for Louisiana Tech.
Okay. Hey, if you do that, you guys will be potentially competing for a college football playoff spot.
Go.
Hey, I like that. I like that. So no sophomore slump is what you're telling us.
It shouldn't be.
Hey, folks, y'all heard it here first. The man said no sophomore slump, Jake Wilson.
Say, if anything, it's going to be sophomore highs after this one. It's just going to keep going higher and higher and higher. But say, there's a lot to look forward to, Jalen, obviously, in the future here, but we're going to be keeping those eyes on the Independence Bowl on December 30th. Thank you for taking the time to join us in here, Jalen. It means the absolute most. And with that, we're going right back into the studio for another interview.
Thank you.
I think that one went very well, Jay. Your son has always done an excellent job of getting his thoughts across in a very clear and concise manner. I know I'm more of the interview etiquette guy behind the scenes, but I think Jalen knocked that one out of the park.
Yeah, I mean, he had Memphis bothering him, his dog. Like, why you got Memphis in the room with you? Like, what's going on? He's in there biting me, but no, that's his puppy. He takes pride in that. He loves his dog. But yeah, no, I thought he did a phenomenal job on his interview too. And I love getting, a little bit of behind the scenes, kind of finding out, hey, how did you find out that you earned a starting spot? And I love like the old school way, because that's what we used to do in Pee Wee football. Be like, okay, I need out here for this group, this, because you don't want to like make a big production and hurt feelings. And apparently they do it on the college level. There's no production. And I think you and I were hoping for like, man, did they sit you down?
Was there the one-on-one with the head coach saying, Jalen, you're my guy?
Yeah, he was like, no, we're practicing. They're going to change things up. And they said, Jalen, get out here. That was it. And, getting to learn, also him, how he had to hold on to the spot and having to deal with that last transfer portal, as well was really intriguing. Now they don't have to worry about that anymore. Now that there's only one, portal from January 2nd to January 16th going forward. But, having to deal with that last spring transfer portal of you leave spring ball, you're starting, and now all of a sudden, here comes some new dudes.
Yep.
You're like, wait a minute, what are they doing here? But yeah, no, fun interview. And I can't wait to get up to Shreveport on the 29th. I'm going to go up there a day early. They got a big festival going on, a Mardi Gras parade, I hear. I heard they do it pretty big up there. So excited to be a part of those festivities. And then, of course, watching the game on the 30th.
Of course. I like, too, the insight that he gave of the playing opponents very similar to what they're going to be facing next year when they do make that move into the Sun Belt. He said that they already played Sun Belt competition, but I think this one will be a little bit more of just a little sprinkling of what they're going to be expecting here in these next couple of years, because they're going to be taking on Coastal Carolina, 1 p.m. on ESPN, the only game going on in that national time slot, Jay. That has to feel exciting, not just for we got Jalen's thoughts on that of being the game during that time slot, but I mean, too, from the dad perspective, that's got to feel special.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I mean, the majority of this game's been on ESPN Plus, and they've been buried with, against some other bigger time games to where the only excitement had to been that they were playing on a Tuesday night or a Friday night, but yeah, getting to play, a bowl game, getting to be the only show in town. And it is kind of cool, where no matter where you are in the nation, like that game is going to be on the screen. You could be at a sports bar, you could be at the casinos, you could be, just walking around in a regular restaurant or in the mall, whatever the case may be. And, that game will be on. And so it's going to be, really neat to watch number 11 do his thing in front of the nation.
Yeah, and he will be joining a whole host of Protect You crew members that will be playing in bowl games throughout this last little bit of December, and some even into early January. Obviously, Justin Williams will be taking place in the college football playoffs.
Playoffs?
You talking about playoffs?
I'm never going to be talking about playoffs next week.
You kidding me?
I got some playoffs for you next week.
Yeah, it's going to be very exciting. Very exciting to see him. We're going to get to see TCU will also be playing in some bowl games throughout this one. Texas State,
right?
Arkansas State. They already won their bowl game. They won the Xbox Bowl.
Oh, man. Everybody got Xboxes.
Shoot.
Yes. I know. Some of these bowls are pretty cool. I watched the Potato Bowl yesterday, and that dude got dumped with French fries.
Yes, they fill the Gatorade thing with French fries, which I think considerably better than what they do for the Duke's Mayo Bowl.
Stop it. Like, there's no way. Dude, if I won that bowl, I'd be like, you're not putting mayo on me.
I'm resigning as head coach.
Yeah, I'm not going to get a whole tub of mayo. I don't even like mayonnaise. Then you're going to dump it on me? Screw that. And then what about the Frosted Flakes? I'll never forget watching Herm Edwards get hit with the Frosted Flakes. He was so pissed. He was like, what are we doing? What are we doing as a college football team?
We're having fun, man. We're having fun.
Exactly.
The Pop-Tart Bowl, you get to pick which of the mascots gets cooked alive in the giant toaster, and then everybody just gets to rip it apart.
That's a lot, dog. That's too much. They're doing too much, man. Let's just shake hands. How about that and give them the rings and let them go about their life?
I wonder what, a Cheez-It Bowl, they dump a thing of Cheez-Its on the head.
Once again, that's stupid. Like, I'm the back of my neck is itchy just hearing this.
I'm all about it. I'm all about it.
And then the coach, like yesterday, put the French fries in his mouth that was already dumped in Gatorade because he got hit with the Gatorade bath, and then he throws French fries in my, I don't know, man. Soggy fries. Yeah.
Hey, to each their own. To each their own.
I guess.
But I think something that we're all going to be looking forward to, something that we're all going to love to see are the bowl games, and especially our guys, the Protect You crew, that have paid off an excellent regular season with some success, hopefully, here in the postseason. But now we change gears once again, Jay, because we got one heck of a wave of talent coming in and joining the Protect You crew.
Yes,
You,
we
me,
do.
Madison, Logan have been working very hard behind the scenes to get these guys acclimated and into the Protect You crew, because we got 5 of them that we got to go through here, Jay.
Our new crew members, baby.
Yes.
Hey, that's what it's about, man. I'm excited for each and every one of these young men too. I mean, they all can ball. Love the fact that, they reached out to us, wanted to be a part of the crew, love what we're building over here. And, hey, like D-Lag says, we want to bless the ones that want to be blessed. And this first guy, we're about to go. I'm ready.
I think each of these guys very well could be headlining acts in their own right.
I agree.
We'll start out with none other than another quarterback that we picked up here, looking to find a new home in the transfer portal.
Yep.
We're talking about none other than Connor Kenyon, former Rhode Island quarterback, but now trying to find a new destination. And I think his film more than speaks for itself in terms of the pure arm talent that he has, tremendous accuracy, but he can also chuck that thing down the field if he absolutely needs to, Jay.
Yeah, bro. I mean, you look at this young man's pocket awareness, and that was probably the biggest thing that I love the most about, watching Connor, was the fact that, he has like these unique spider senses to where he knows when he has a clean pocket, knows when he needs to step up, but he also knows when he can just sit there and relax, and that's what I love to see. You watch him stepping up into the pocket. He can make all the throws. I mean, we've seen the moon ball, we've seen the intermediate passes, right? The nice touch on the outs. I mean, right there, getting the ball out quick, showing the arm strength, right? And that's a lot of things too. You hear a lot of receivers that say, hey man, when I'm 5 yards away from you, I don't need to see your 100-mile-an-hour fastball, right? Take something off that juice. Connor does that, and he does it with efficiency. I mean, here Rice again, great step back, create space, keeps his eyes downfield, and then he's making it happen. I mean, right here, another great throw, splitting into defenders between that linebacker and that safety coming downhill. And then this is what I like about that one play, was the patience on the play action, right? Trusting the play, knowing that he's going to be exposing himself coming out of that boot, but he knew he needed to sell it as if it really was a run play. Right here, once again, right, got curl route combinations. Oh, well, look at that slant. I mean, he just stuck it on 14. Love the RPO action, too. I mean, putting the ball in the belly, exposing it, and then pulling it right back at the last minute, man, just to drill a ball in there. Connor's a guy that could run any kind of offense. In those clips, you saw that he could step up and throw the ball. He has athleticism as well, can run, can create pockets, can throw on the run. But most importantly, he's a young man that can do a lot of things, a lot of special things, I would say, in regards to commanding the offense. Any coach that gets to talk to him, they'll see how intelligent he is. Coaches, reach out. Watch film with them. Have them break film down with you. He's willing to do that. He's willing to show and prove to the world that he can be your guy. Give him the keys to your offense and watch him execute it flawlessly.
Yes, and he did split some pretty significant amount of reps there with the starting QB that was at Rhode Island. But even in those moments, still went 26 for 38, 3 tutties, 0 interceptions. Excellent job there for Connor Kenyon. And not only that, we've been able to utilize some of those old connections, but now we're starting to find some new connections thanks to guys like Connor, with a lot of the new beat writers and a lot of the people on social media have been helping us out in terms of getting Connor's name out there as much as possible.
Yeah, I mean, with him hitting that portal and, making that announcement, I'm expecting for us to receive a lot of, high volume of phone calls and a lot of interest come January 2nd, because although this season, transfer portal seems to be a rich amount of quarterbacks. I'm a big believer, and one of my most favorite games, Jake, was musical chairs.
Yep.
It's always funny to me when that music stops and there's one person standing there, they ain't got no chair. Well, guess what? There's going to be about 10 to 15 schools that are going to be left being like, we need a QB. It's just the way it's going to happen. I mean, it's the sheer numbers of it all, right? There's a lot of guys out there, but they only can go to one school. And so these schools are going to need someone, and what we just showed on his highlights and showing what he can do at such a high level, I would be completely shocked if he doesn't have multiple offers, within that first week of the portal officially opening come January 2nd.
Yes, we're very excited to see what that destination is going to look like, what the journey is
Yeah.
going to look like for a guy like Connor. And we'll stay within the collegiate realm here as we got another Abilene Christian guy. We had some great success in finding Abilene Christian guys in the portal, but this time, as of right now, staying with Abilene Christian is none other than Eddie Henry, tight end. And Jay, I think you're going to love this highlight reel that we got sent in here because Eddie is a bit of a showman when it comes to his talents on the field. You know that he's a big body dude. He can get it done on the receiving end, but looks great too.
Hey, the big fella. Hey, I like it with the bunion shake.
Mm-hmm.
I just made that up. I don't know if that's a real thing or not. Maybe our guest that's coming on later can tell us what the name of that dance is. But yeah, I mean, you look at Edie. I mean, he's a guy that can play all positions. He can be in a 3-point stance, right? You can split him out like a Brock Bowers. I mean, look what he's doing against TCU, against his old teammate, I might add. Makes a great catch, right? Showing that he can compete with the P4 level. Edie is a guy that is great in the blocking schemes. He's also great, in essence of the run support, the protection, right? But he also can show what he can do when you put the football in his hands. I mean, look at that. I mean, breaking 3 and 4 tackles, just getting through. I mean, and like you mentioned, Jake, I mean, he's a big guy. This is not like some skinny rail tight end. I mean, it's a reason that the last name Henry looks small on his back, but if we put it on our backs, it would be humongous. And you see him, I mean, nice soft hands, great route running ability. And then he attacks the football too, Jake, which is another thing that I know they're loving about him at Abilene Christian. So, Edie is definitely one that cannot wait to watch him shine, this upcoming season at Abilene. And, just another young man that I truly feel that he has a strong senior year. He could be looking at potentially being like a late draft pick or even a undrafted free agent, when it's time for the NFL.
Yes, he did an excellent job during this 2025 season. 29 catches, 4 of them for touchdowns, and 335 receiving yards on the year, which for the tight end position, with how heavily they get utilized in both the run and the passing game, it's good to see him get out there and show off that versatile skill set that makes tight ends at this level so special, Jay.
Exactly.
So special. And we'll finish off with one last collegiate guy before we move over to the high school side of things with none other than Hendrix College, Jay. Hendrix College. You may think, man, what could be so special coming out of Hendrix College? But when I tell you about Brooks McGee and the skill set that he has been able to show off in this highlight reel, you will understand that this wide receiver has got talent in spades.
Yeah, I mean, Brooks, known this young man since he was like in 8th grade, played with Jalen at his former high school before he moved to Willis. But, this kid, true freshman, and he just dominated this level, right? I mean, get that is D3, but at the end of the day, college football is college football. There's a lot of dudes that are out there wanting to play, and for him to walk into that school and to show like, hey, like I belong and I can do what I need to do. I mean, beautiful head tap there. Look at the scramble drill, understanding that. And that's the other thing is the intelligence that comes with Brooks of understanding, what's happening when a play breaks down and what to do. I mean, right here, once again, just showing the athleticism, finishing off the play, getting into the end zone. Just a hell of a play. Granted, it was a busted coverage, but the young man was able to get back, and you saw what Brooks did by breaking a couple of tackles and diving for the pylon. And then look at this. Going into the half just to throw it up. And who do you throw it up to? Brooks McGee. I think our special guest knows Brooks. We'll ask.
We'll ask a little bit about
We'll
that.
ask and see if, what she knows about Brooks off the field. But on the field, Brooks McGee is showing that he is a guy that is, a force to be reckoned with, right? Let's just say Hendrix College got a freaking steal.
Yes.
In regards to what he's doing. And as Brooks continues to develop and grow, sky's the limit. He's just beginning for him. It's just getting started. And, love the fact that, his parents reached out, Brian, a good buddy of mine, wanted to help in regards of just everything for Brooks and to kind of help get him out there more, promote him more. And, honored, that we're getting to represent him, and excited to watch Brooks continue to develop, in his craft, and see where he ends up being here in the next couple of years.
And say, as of right now, where he is at, he's been doing excellently. Second leading receiver out of all the guys out there at Hendrix College, 634 yards, 41 catches, 8 tutties, and averaged 79 yards per game. Excellent stuff there for Brooks McGee. We're very excited to have him on as a new member of the collegiate level of the Protect You crew.
Yep.
And we'll stay out there at the skill position spot in that wide receiver position, Jay, as we move now into the high school ranks, because another connection that we were able to make because of some great supportive families that we have here at the Protect You crew, and a connection out of All Saints. And you may hear All Saints. I think I remember that. Well, you may remember it because of Kingston Buyer, but now you're going to associate the offensive side of the ball at All Saints with none other than Gabriel Vasquez Starling, a standout wide receiver. So now, Jay, we got stars at All Saints on the offensive and defensive side of the ball, and Gabe more than shows his stuff in this highlight reel.
Oh, yeah, brother. I mean, a legit 6'5" specimen of an athlete. And, I first saw him at La Tech game, and I was like, oh, yeah, he's a guy just by looking at him, right? Makes the eye test. But watch this catch, right? I mean, going into the half, just goes up and attacks it. Helmet gets ripped off, and you're about to just see the excitement, through it all, spikes the ball. Refs, I'm not going to throw a flag, kid. You deserved it. Great route runner, big old hands.
This is the one.
And, look at that one hand. Oh, man, dude. Oh, do we have that picture? Did you not put that picture?
If not, I'm going to go and find it.
Go get that picture. Oh, my gosh. And get it to Computer Jesus. He can make magic happen, and he can show it at the end of the clip as we're rocking. But, oh, man. And that was in front of the Texas Tech's head coach. Gabe, watch this jump ball. Just get him the football. Quarterback got it a little low. Gabe still went and got it. But, you see how he pushes off the ball. There's never any false steps in his routes. It just always knows how to get separation, which is obviously critical at the wide receiver spot. There, once again, blows by the corner, the safety, catches a beautiful ball over the shoulder. GVS is a dude. I am shocked that this young man does not have any offers, completely shocked that he does not. Honored to be representing them. Big shout out to Jerry. Big shout out to Miss Gloria, mom. She's the momager, the one that runs the show, and love the fact that she entrusted us, with her son, and allowed us to rep him. But what Gabe is gonna be doing, and when we get done with everything that we have planned for him, starting this Sunday, when I got him a invite to the RG3 takeover 7-on-7 trial, that's gonna be where it's gonna be done through OT7. Games are on NFL Network. They're looking for outside wide receivers. My connections with RG3 and the relationship that we built with him, now we've been able to connect the dots to where now we can help Gabe get on the map. Because, look, don't get it twisted, guys. The main thing is the main thing. Gabe's work and his talent is what got him to where he is and what got our attention. Our job now is to promote him and to get him known around the nation. And that's what we plan to do for GVS. So excited to be repping him, Jake. As you saw, he's a dude. He's a guy that, he should be playing on Sundays, right? Of course, everybody can improve on things and he knows, and he's willing to work, and he's going to grind to continue to perfect his craft. But just seeing that raw talent and the raw measurables and just the ball hawking ability of Gabe is what's going to just, I feel like, blow his recruitment to another stratosphere.
And what I got to give credit to as well is this family way ahead of the curve, because not only does Gabe play football, he also plays basketball, but he also already has his own nonprofit. Stop it,
bro.
Already has his own nonprofit. Bro. Tough Stars Give Back. They've been very graceful in terms of presenting this opportunity, not just to Gabe, but then also to us, to be able to get out there and show, look at this guy.
Yeah.
Not even out of high school yet, and he already has his own nonprofit. And they've had that nonprofit for a while now.
I know it, man. And, that was, I'll never forget, right? When we met with the parents and, just seeing the passion, in his mom's voice when, she was sharing that with us and was letting us know that, this isn't a publicity stunt, right? This isn't something to make about me. Like, he truly wants to give back. And, the fact that he takes so much pride in it that, we're excited to be helping promote that as well. And, through our connections and like we told them, like whenever he's ready to have an event, like Protection United, we want to be a part of it at some shape, form, or fashion, and to continue to help spread the word to help this movement that he's created since he was a kid, grow. So, but on the field, off the field, does it get any better?
I don't think so. That's a complete package right there.
Yeah. Did you get the computer, Jesus? You got it?
Oh
man.
Oh, yeah.
Stop it. Ooh-wee. And bro, and he got 2 feet down for the lead, dog. The left toe hits, and then that right toe just drags. Hey, Gabe, you only got to get 1 foot down in high school and college. He's like, nah, I'm going to go ahead and just get ready for the NFL. It's like when Happy Gilmore was like, hey, I should just get it in the hole on the first hit, Chubbs. What if I just did that every time? That's what Gabe, hey, how about I just go ahead and get ready for the league now? Hell of a catch. I mean, and look at the pause on him, bro. Look at the length. Tell me we don't have colleges that we know, coaches that we know, wide receiver coaches, OCs, that aren't going to go freaking nuts over this young man.
That's Odell-esque.
Bro.
Spitting image.
Bro, I mean, and look at that. Full extension.
Paint it in the Sistine Chapel, Jay. That is one of the best catches I've ever seen, not just from the high school level, but arguably one of the greatest catches I've ever seen.
That's nasty.
Period.
That's nasty.
It's fantastic, Jay. We're very excited to have Gabe in here as one of the new headlining acts out of All Saints. They just make
All Saints.
It's very easy to understand why they won a state championship.
I agree. We need to get a tour up there too. Next time we're in the Dallas area, let's go by there. Let's go canvas some areas. But I want to see it because I think they got something special up there. And I think they're doing things the right way. Gabe sharing with me, how they got to go play a game up in the state of Washington and that they were gone for like a week. And they got to go to visit University of Oregon's facilities, then go to University of Washington facilities, and then go beat the crap out of some school up there and then got back home.
All in a day's work.
All in a
day's work for All Saints. And then we'll end it off here on not one player that is meant to be outdone, because Klein Cain is a school around here that is known for its strong offensive prowess. And a lot of that comes from their running game. And so, Jay, it is a great pleasure to say that we welcome in Ian Johnson as the newest member of the Protect You crew. He did an excellent job there in terms of, I think, just paying off a lot of what that investment is like out of Klein Cain's offensive structure, knowing that he has to get out there and show off on every single one of those snaps. And again, another really competitive district.
Yeah, no, I agree, Jake. And, like you mentioned earlier about our other podcasts, we, cover this district as well. That was kind of one of the sticking points with the boss man over there was, I'm fine with covering 13-6A, but we also need to show love to District 15-6A because they play some good football and they are in our area as well. And I'm so glad we did because you and I got to personally watch Ian play a lot this year. And I mean, by the way, look at that breakaway touchdown. I think that's against Klein Collins, if I'm not mistaken, brother. One of the best schools in that district. And Jesus, he runs out the end zone to the locker room. Good Lord, look at the speed and look at the breakaway talent here. I mean, great cutback, great vision. And I mean, guys, this is live. I mean, this is not fast forwarding, right, Computer Jesus? This is like regular speed. Yeah, he gave me the head. And I said, no, Jay, this dude's just fast as hell. I mean, look at 16 roll. I mean, I know he's a track kid, and I see why, but, and here's another run where I love where he knows how to run behind his pass. I mean, he went through, busted through the D-line, finished off the play. When you got speed to go along with power, once again, you're a young man that a college coach will love and a dream. He's another one that I'm shocked that doesn't have a ton of offers just yet. And however, look at the jump cut to the end zone there. I mean, just another great read by this guy. I mean, the vision, Jake, that he has at such a young age is very impressive.
Yes, I'm very excited to see what he's going to be capable of once those recruits start to come in and really get good eyes on him because, man, there he goes, just breaking through the holes.
Oh, don't do it. Oh.
But it took a pack of them to chase him down there,
man.
Jay. It took a pack of them because I think that's one of the things that Klein King, they really struggled in terms of keeping things going on the defensive end. But when your offense is working like this with a guy like that.
No, that's against the fighting zombies. That's against Tomball, baby.
No, stop it, man.
Yeah, I mean, look at this. Like being able to run off tackle. And I just love how, he trusts his blocking. And that's another thing that, when you're talking to college coaches, the OC has his running back coach in the room, but he also has his offensive line coach in the room too. And I love the fact that you have a running back to where you can trust and that hey, he's going to trust my blocking schemes. He's going to make sure that he's patient. He's not going to just run because a lot of times when those backs take off too quick, Jake, what do? They create holding for offensive linemen. And so Ian is showing that he's willing to trust what's in front of him, and then he'll go be special once he gets to the second level.
Yeah, very excited to have him round out a star-studded cast here for the newest members of the Protect You crew. And with that, Jay, we end up with another excellent addition here to round out the last little Christmas present, if you will, underneath the tree here at Protection United, because we're very excited to have them, but we're also very excited for the spirit of the Christmas season.
Yeah, no, I mean, we got to celebrate a lot of things to be thankful for here at Protection United. I was able to, and Derek and myself, I should say, we were able to have our first ever Christmas party here at Protection United. And one would say, wait, but y'all started in 2024. So why would this one be the first Christmas party? Well, let's just say that it would have been a party of three. It would have been Derek Lagway, myself, and Addie Farrell at that time. That's all that we had here. Now we have grown. We have 8 employees here and looking to add more in the new year. But got to have our first Christmas party, right? Nice steak restaurant, had a blast. And it was so fun to just to kind of get out and just celebrate, as a family. We had some great laughs, great eateries, right? People ordered interesting plates and meals, but all in all, it was fun. And we're just so grateful, Derek Lagway and myself here for all of our members here at Protection United and all of our guys. And with that being said, we actually now have the first ever employee of Protection United, Miss Addie Farrell.
Hi, guys.
Hey, look at that. Surprise. It's like we opened up the extra gift. She's like the red rocket rifle in the back.
Yeah, the Red Ryder BB gun.
Yeah, the BB gun. Yeah. It's like, wait, you said we opened all the gifts and we got another gift in the building. Addie, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm glad to be here. I'm excited to be finally in the studio and actually on the podcast.
Yeah.
So
okay, do you like the studio? Is it nice?
I love the studio.
Did I
Very
do-
different than what
different?
it looks like.
Okay, so are you on record in saying that I did right by forfeiting my man then?
I think
for
you
this?
did.
I did right.
I think
okay.
you did.
Good.
Mhm.
Good. I need to get all the votes I can get because people told me I'm crazy as hell for forfeiting my man then.
No, it looks awesome. I love it.
Yeah, we're going to do some upgrades and we got some other things coming in the new year, but thank you, Addie. I appreciate it.
Of course.
Say we're very excited to have you on here because I'm sure the audience members know you've been a recurring figure, I guess, here at the Protect You podcast for a while now. Obviously, you got your segment of Crunch Time with Addie.
Mhm.
You've had interviews with some of our athletes. I remember back, I think it was that first introduction that we had you was the interviews that you did with the John Cooper boys of the who on your team would you not let date your sister. Date your sister.
Everybody said
That
Lucas
was
Triplett.
awesome.
Everybody. Not Lucas. Anybody but Lucas.
But it's very good to have you on here, not just in the studio, obviously, but to have you on in this full capacity. It really does bring, I think, a good sense of what the Protect You family behind the scenes is all about. We just got a couple more people that we need to get on here. We need to get Logan on here at some point. I'm not sure if Derek will ever get on here unless we pay him.
I know. Yeah, we got to get, Madison maybe will come. Maybe BJ will come. BJ gets shy and then all of a sudden he'll just get loose and be like, okay, let's go. Let's talk. He did one of our other podcasts with me one time and that was fun. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we can get everybody on here. I don't know if Ashley will ever come on. Some people just like to stay behind the scenes.
One of these days we're going to get Justin, not just to come on because he is the voice of the Protect You podcast, but we got to get him on camera at some point.
Maybe we just get a camera and just like have a camera that just like shows him working behind the scenes. It'd be like a side cam.
There you go.
You know, we started a whole nother YouTube channel and it's just dedicated to computer Jesus.
So you get the, you get the alternate broadcast on ESPN. You get the Justin cut.
Yeah, the Justin cut. I like that. The Justin cut.
One of these days.
But it was cool getting to meet his wife though.
That is true.
At the company Christmas dinner, and hearing her say that he's completely different at home than he is at work. Like at work, we're like, we need all this, blah, blah. And Justin's like, okay, cool. And then he makes it happen. But at home, she says that she gets more than one word. Maybe we need to get the camera at the house and get the Justin cut. No, the Justin uncut.
Yeah, that's the Justin uncut reality show almost.
He's like, no, please don't.
But
I'm not putting that in my contract.
Either way, we are very excited to expand, and we got a good opportunity to show love, I think, to everybody there at that Christmas dinner. Nikki was there too. Nikki Lagway was there. The first guest that we had on the Protect You podcast, where she got to talk about DJ and that Any Given Saturday show. So that was really cool to see. But Addie, we're happy to have you on for multiple reasons. Obviously, the audience has shown a tremendous amount of love for you, whether that's
they love her.
The social media circuit.
Well, I mean, like, look, every time she's on, I get messages from guys. I'm not going to give no names, but they all say, hey, that's a good look that, you got Addie on there. And I'm like, so what are you, a podcast expert now? Like, is it not good enough just to have Jake and I? I never get that when it's just me and you. But every time Addie's on, it's a good look. That was very, very intelligent of you guys to flip it up a little bit. Oh, okay.
What can I say?
What do you think that is, Addie? Why do you think that people tell us that?
I'm not quite sure.
But if you just had to guess, Addie, well, talk to the camera and tell the world, what do you think it is?
Maybe it's just a different, I don't know. Not quite sure.
Yeah,
perspective.
Different perspective. You think? Is it because maybe you're closer in age, so they feel like they can relate more to you?
That could be part of it. Yeah.
Yeah, just the relation part of it. Okay.
Yeah,
we'll go with that.
It could be, but I think it's a little bit too of the hard-hitting questions.
Oh,
where we're very sports heavy guys, Jay, you and I. You handle a lot of the business side of things. I handle a lot of the media side of things. But then we get Addie, who comes in here and just throws a mean curveball in every now and then. We're expecting some sort of post-game interview where it's, what are your thoughts on your performance?
Right.
What do you feel like you can improve in your game?
True.
And then Addie shows up with the microphone and says, hey, who would you let date your sister?
Yeah.
I think that's part of the reason why.
Yeah.
Is those hard-hitting questions.
I mean, remember she even asked about the celebrity. Who's the most, I guess, biggest celebrity or
biggest athlete celebrity
that you met. I mean, you're right. Just throws it out there. And it's like, Addie, what's it got to do with the game? But okay, we're here for it.
It takes a lot.
Yeah, Addie, you having fun doing this?
I am having a lot of fun. I enjoy it.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like having to like ask random questions, like where did that come from in your mind? Where you were like, this is what I want to bring, and I want to kind of make Protection United, or rather the Protect You podcast, think more outside the box and kind of think about things off of the court or off of the field.
Well, I think it just brings a different side to things because y'all are usually just talking about sports and all of that kind of stuff, and I think it just helps, give it balance and have fun and.
Say it shows that we can have fun here too.
Yeah,
we can have fun.
We can let our hair down.
Well,
maybe not this guy.
Maybe not.
But you're right. I mean, she does. She brings a lot of fun and smiles, and she helps us be a little bit more relaxed. Keeps us hip.
That's
and
true.
Cool because clearly we're the old men.
I'm turning 25 here, but I've still earned unk status somehow because I am old at heart. I've been told multiple times.
Or Brother Wilson.
Yeah, it's true. I am Brother Wilson. Brother Wilson to some.
Wow, Jake. You look older than 25.
Damn.
That's not a bad thing. Look, it's maturity. There's nothing wrong with that.
Thank you. I've been told I'm way more mature.
And I think that's what it is. Yes, I agree. I would have never guessed 20. But would you have guessed 25?
Would I what?
Would you have guessed 25?
I would not.
I love that face she made. She's like, "Do you want the real?"
Well, I mean, again, like I've been told I'm old at heart, Jay. I think I surprised you too when I was driving you and I had my Way Back Machine playlist of it was
dog.
It was Casey and the Sunshine Band. It was Marvin Gaye was in the playlist there as well.
Addie.
Yeah, the Pointer Sisters are in that
Girl.
playlist too.
Like, songs that like my parents grew up listening to. I wasn't even born yet, Addie, when this music. So yes, Jake had that on. I'm like, dog. Like I'm riding back in my mom's old Toyota Corolla.
That's awesome.
Girl. Oh,
It's just my taste. It's
okay.
just my taste.
There's nothing wrong with it.
It's just
you
my
got
taste.
an old soul. Let's just say that. Old soul.
Let's change subjects here. What do you think? Let's change subjects here because Addie, we brought you on here more so to have a little bit of purpose behind this visit. Obviously, the audience loves you, but like we said, those hard-hitting questions that you love to show off so frequently, and I think you got one of them here for us that's in the spirit of the season, but then also ties back to our very grateful gift that was that Christmas.
What is she giving you the questions beforehand? Oh, so that's what's happening now? So you could be prepared. You can't just shoot off the cuff like me, because I told her I don't want to know the question.
As a good interviewer, and I like to believe that it's key to provide some of the questions ahead of time.
Okay.
To make sure that
That's
you can
fair.
get those thoughts going
That's
and
fair.
have a good, clean answer beforehand.
I'm ready. Shooting off the dome. Let's go. Hit us with it, Addie. What's the question?
Well, I just wanted to know, what is the biggest gift that Protection United has given y'all?
Oh. You can go first.
I think I'll go first here because there's two ways I can look at it.
Okay.
There's the material things of half of my closet now is black and white to some degree because of all of the Protect You gear that I have been given. You alone have made several stops to my apartment to drop off clothes. You're on the phone with a client or somebody, you're like, and you just throw a bag of clothes at me out of the window. And I'm like, all right, I guess I have a new quarter zip. How about that? I guess I have a new polo. How about that? So I could go that direction.
I'm laughing hard because that's so that really happened.
Yes.
It really happened. I was on the phone with the general manager negotiating the NIL. He comes on the passenger side and it was in the back. I just threw it out the window. I was like, I'll call you later. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah.
So I could go that one, but I'm gonna go a little more sentimental in terms of the best gift that you've given me, and that was the gift of travel, of being able to go out and see a lot of these games firsthand. It was good to be up there in those suites for the Louisiana Tech game. It was good to be out there on the field and get a tour of the facilities at TCU. And it was fantastic to finally be back up in that press box for the Florida-Georgia game. It was something that I haven't been able to replicate for quite a long time now, since I basically graduated college. And so I'm very grateful for the gift of travel and those opportunities to get back in that type of setting again.
I mean, don't forget about our driver, Andy.
Yes.
I mean, our driver from Yugoslavia.
That man.
His name, Andy. I mean, I
invented time travel in that car.
Oh, he the original Quantum Leap. Like, hey, I can get you Rustin back to Houston in an hour and a half.
Andy, this is a 4-hour drive. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Y'all just go to sleep. Close your eyes.
Close your eyes.
Close your eyes.
And when you wake up, we will be at the terminal.
Before the airport even opens.
But say, we beat TSA to the airport.
Dog. I mean, we changed clothes, we brushed our teeth, and we still came out of the bathroom, and they were like, nope, we're not open yet.
Yep.
Yeah, we watched them open up. Like, oh, this is how they open up the airport. I like that, Jay.
Yes.
I like that.
That'll be my biggest gift.
I'm glad it wasn't me throwing a bag of apparel in your face.
Close at me.
Constellation there. All right. Well, Addie, I want you to go next. Let me throw your own question back at you.
Well, I think my biggest gift has been the opportunity to work with all of y'all and the amazing people, and the self growth that I've experienced over the past year. It's been a very great opportunity to be able to work on myself and just know that there's more to life than just, doing whatever you want and you have people counting on you. So, yeah.
I like that. What a great answer. Especially with me knowing you, right? Personally, knowing you since you were, a young woman, right? And I love hearing that. I love hearing that and the whole about the accountability part, we rely on you. And that's very true. I mean, you've been doing such a phenomenal job here, especially with helping us with the podcast and now expanding out and truly, embracing that client relations role. But like you said, I mean, we count on you, rely on you, and you haven't been letting us down. You've been doing a phenomenal job and love that. Computer Jesus got his hand up.
Say, go ahead and unmute that mic.
Yeah. Oh, it's Donna Coleman asks Addie, do you personally have a sports background?
Ooh,
Do I have a what?
There you go. Sports background.
Yeah, do you have a personal sports background?
And you do great work.
Oh.
Well, thank you. Yes, I played volleyball in high school at Magnolia High School, and I also ran track a little bit, and that's it.
Okay. Hey,
There you go.
look at that. Addie gets questioned. That's right. They're like, you know what? It's going to be crunch time with the YouTube watchers. That's right. I like that. So I would say my biggest gift, right, is, really because of all y'all, I'm getting to live my dream, right? I mean, I always wanted to be in the sports world. I'm just a sports fanatic. Didn't know if I wanted to go down the road of, being an NFL agent. It's a little cutthroat up top. And if you don't answer your phone at 3 a.m. for Tyreek Hill, he might fire you and go find another agent that does answer the phone at 3 a.m. But, just through what this whole NIL, has created, where athletes getting paid not only in college, on and off the field, on and off the courts, but also, in other states, right? Being able to get NIL deals for high schoolers, it's just, provided an opportunity, right? And, so thankful for Derek Lagway for coming to me, asking me, to start this with them. This is, people think it was my idea because they know me, like, Jay, you just already start things and run it. But I can't take credit for this one. Derek Lagway, my business partner, my brother, he came to me and said, bro, I know we could build something special. We can do this. And then, you guys coming, willing to come be a part, of Protection United, from, you two on the set here, right, to Computer Jesus behind the camera, to our amazing executive assistant, right, Madison. I say ours, but y'all know it's mine, right? But Ashley Cherry, our COO, right, what Logan Mahoney has done, BJ Scoggin, has done, as well, right? Our Cinco team, right, helping with the social media, right? Sports attorneys, our contract attorneys, right? CPAs, the bookkeeping company, JSJ Consultants. Big shout out. I know Jenna Farrell, VP over there, is watching. But it's just been amazing, right? And so me getting to wake up every morning with a huge smile on my face, like, it's because of you guys. And so that is the biggest gift that I would say I've received here at running the show here at Protect You.
Well, I'm glad I could be a part of it then, Jay. I'm glad I could be a part of that because I'm going to expand just a little bit more on something that you said there, too, of the contribution that Derek Lagway has been putting into this. I think he had probably my highlight of that whole Christmas dinner, a very heartfelt speech that he was able to give out to the rest of the staff here, where he even admitted he's not that much of a talker, not that much of a guy to try and hype up the situation, but was still able to get his thoughts out in a very eloquent way to show appreciation to everything that has been going into this journey here, where we celebrated 100 subscribers. We celebrated our first birthday as a company. I mean, I've only been around here for, 6 months?
Yeah.
But it was very special to have seen all of this really come together in such a nice, neat little package. It feels special. And I think it's further amplified by being able to go out and share those human experiences, like you said.
Yeah, no, definitely, man. And so we just exchanged gifts, right? Now we got, we're 2 days away from Christmas, right? So, Addie, you staying in town?
I am, yes.
Okay, Jake?
I will be hitting the road here very soon, go up and see my family up in the Fort Worth, Keller area.
Okay,
so
awesome.
Be able to get to spend some time with them, see some friends, see some family for the holiday season.
Okay, Computer Jesus, you staying in town?
Yes, and we're just hanging out with all the family here.
Okay, awesome. Well, we'll be here as well. We get to celebrate baby Jordan's first Christmas, so definitely excited about that. Jalen's getting to come home. He gets 2 days,
there you
right?
Go.
So they get the 24th, so he'll be tomorrow, and then of course they get Christmas, and then he's got to get on the road at like 4 a.m. on the 26th because he got to get back up because got to go back to practice and get ready for their bowl game. But Tiana will be here as well. They're bringing their boyfriend and girlfriend, or I guess Jalen's fiance, right? Will be in coming. Hannah, and then Gabe, Tiana's boyfriend, will be coming as well. So Ashley's family will be coming. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun, and can't wait to celebrate.
Yes, it's definitely cause for celebration all the way around. And Those of y'all celebrating at home, we wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a happy holidays from the Protect You family. But with that final wish, folks, that does it for this episode of the Protect You podcast. Addie, thank you so much for coming on for this very special holiday-themed episode. It truly does mean the most.
Thank y'all for having me, and Merry Christmas.
Of course, Merry Christmas, guys.
Say it. And thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to check us out here on the Protection United YouTube channel. We upload videos like this and live stream every single week. We'll hope to catch you all on the next one. See y'all around.